must be something out wide. Hastings flings it. Van der Merwe steps, and Van der Merwe scores. And Scotland have won at the death.
So last week I did a video about France's last possession against Wales, how they stuck to their structure and moved the defence to win the game. There was a lot of comments praising the French final phase for showing textbook example of just simple draw and give. In this week's game against Scotland, however, these fundamentals were completely gone. They had a few key opportunities in the match that should have been easy to take, but one way or another they failed to take them. The first example of this comes from almost half an hour into the game. France have an attacking line-out in the opposition 22, a maul is formed, and they get the advantage so they have a free play. France choose to run a set play, which uses the blindside winger, Fiku, out the back, and the two centres as dummy runners to give the overlap out wide. You can see this works really well and draws the Scottish defenders in tight and leaves the 3-on-2 on the outside. However, this well-designed move doesn't work out for France, as Scotland are able to fill the gap opened up and stop an easy try. The problem here comes down to the number 10. He's far too deep when he receives the ball, so the Scottish defence is able to hold their line, drift across and stop the attack. If he had timed his run better and was shallower in the line, he would easily be able to either burst through the gap or draw the Scottish defender and a simple draw and give, very similar to how they played last week. This should have been an easy try for France, but just a simple basic concept as timing a run cost them dearly. The next example of a missed French opportunity comes just before half-time, where a quick turnover and half line break from France puts them deep in the Scottish 22. From the breakdown, the number 9, Dupont, looks right and sees a 5-on-2, what should be easy to convert into a try. However, what happens is Dupont throws a long miss pass to the furthest player, making it very easy for the Scottish defence to drift across, make the tackle, and take all the momentum out of the French attack. This isn't totally Dupont's fault. The problem here is that in the excitement, the French attack has overrun their support lines and coming up way too flat. If Dupont passed to any of the other players, the Scottish defence would have blitzed them and snuffed out the attack. Again, if all the runs were timed correctly, it would have been extremely simple and a try would have been scored. Even when France were successful, like in their first try, they were still not clinical in attack. Here they have a scrum right under the posts, an attacking dream. They choose to run the play with the 10 and 15 looping around the back of the scrum, using the 9 and the 12 to draw the defence in and open up a gap out wide. Here's how it should have worked. However, for France, their crashing 12 runs their line too early and too tight, so their opposite number is not fully committed. The looping 10 and 15 are too late and too deep, causing a similar problem to the first example, and all this leads to the number 9 throwing a long looping pass out to the winger, which only due to poor Scottish defence is turned into a try. All of these examples show that France were very close to being able to win the game and potentially even win the championship. However, through very basic mistakes, they cost themselves that opportunity. This takes nothing away from Scotland, who played incredibly well, took their opportunities and fought hard to the end. So as we come back to local rugby being allowed again, I hope this highlights just the importance of understanding the fundamentals and being able to put them into practice on the field. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button, leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel. If you want to make animations like you've seen in this video, please head across to animator.rugbyslate.com and please follow me also on Instagram so you can get all my play breakdowns and keep up to date with what's happening with RugbySlate.